Good afternoon, good morning, or good night, gang, wherever in the world you are. This is Gorgo 2005, welcoming one and all to the channel today. Looks like we have a whopping 21 people in chat right now. We're hoping to pick up more as the day goes along, but I imagine some folks who got on Twitch and started giving drops before I did are reaping a fine audience right now. Last time I saw Paul Sporer was really pulling him in. I managed to get a couple of my drops off of him before I slid over here to open up my own festivities. So anyway, GG's to everybody, depending on how your week went, or really regardless of how your week went in OOTP land, because we're going to be taking a look at all three teams today, looking at now the post-season post-mortems. We will try to figure out some maybe some new things to do with the theme team. In fact, one new thing that I'll be happy to share with you after their season ended effectively last night. So I'll have an announcement to make on that once we move over to team number 2, where my theme team lives. And then we'll take a look at team number 3. Then we'll have some historical happenings, probably going after an historical challenge pack or two. And if we have time, we are going to try to pick up a historical World Series simulation of the 1927 Yankees. Hi there, Roman a Day Twitch. GG's to that guy that just said hi to me in there, because he swept me in my playoff round in Diamond. We were meeting up in the wild card round, and he took those 2 games off of me quicker than I could even wake up and take a breath. So GG's to Roman a Day Twitch. Hopeful that you are able to go farther than I did. In fact, you've already made up for that. But no apologies needed. It's part of the game. So we appreciate having the chance to even make it to the playoffs after some of my prior season festivities had come to a halt before I could even qualify. So I'm happy to have made it into playoffs. I was the only person, and I'm maybe playing a little spoiler here because I was going to show you once we got in to look at the team, but I was the only person on our league's AC, or American Conference side of the table. I was the only one in the playoffs on our side of the table that had not previously won a diamond trophy. So that told you about where my chances stood. About the same as a snowball in hell. So anyway, yeah, Roman a Day Twitch took that series 2 games to nothing. And the season series, over the course of the season, we played each other 7 times, and he won the series 4-3. But I managed to take 3 games off of him in those 7 games. So I was happy to be able to do that. But when it came to the postseason, the RNG is a different thing altogether. So we've learned to take it and roll with the punches and try to come back again next season, where hope always springs eternal. Any true baseball fan will tell you, hope springs eternal. Okay, so when the final out is over, or the final out is in the books, and everything else is said and done, when is spring training? When do catchers and pitchers report? That's the name of the game, baby. That's why we love it so much. Exactly why we love it so much. So anyway, like I said, taking a look at 3 teams today, and see how goodly or how badly they did, and maybe some postseason analyses on some special roles, and some sad news to report on some other fronts. But we'll get into that, like I say, when we go in to take a look at the team. So it's only 5 minutes until our first ad break, so why the heck do we not just go ahead and jump in and take a look at the game? Okay. Alrighty, there we are. I've got drops coming in. That is my 3rd drop. Okay, folks, this was the sad state of affairs that I get to report. Remember when I had yesterday's stream and I opened packs? my 5 affiliate drops came in, and I just now got my 3rd drop of today. What does that tell you about the rest of yesterday? It tells you that this poor old guy had a very, very, very long streak broken. It was at least several months long. Every single day of OOTP, I managed to pick up at least 10 packs. I was in double digits every day for months at a time. And yesterday broke that string. I only pulled in 8 packs. I had those 5 affiliate drops, and I had a single semi-final loss that was good for another 3 packs. Those 3 packs are what I had before today's drops hit. And I've got 3 of the 5 drops for today already in the books. But 3 and 5 only adds up to 8, and that ain't double digits, folks, by any stretch of the imagination. So it was a long run, a very long run that I would get at least 10 packs every day. There were a few times when I had to depend on overnight packs. I would start a tournament up before I'd go to bed, or start some tournaments up before I'd go to bed. And then I wake up in the morning and there's enough packs there to put me over into double-digit territory. That only happened maybe 2 or 3 times over the stretch of this run, that I had to depend on overnight packs to get me into double digits. But didn't happen last night. So anyway, the long string is over, so I'm hoping to start me up another string, and not a string of less than 10 packs coming in, okay? I want to start seeing those double-digit numbers again, starting with today, and I've got drop number 4 being worked on right now as we speak. So anyway, let me see, because my alt Twitch account up here reset itself, and I lost all the chat, so I have to go to OBS to keep up on chat. Okay. Yeah, I was pretty happy with it there, Roman, today, Twitch. In fact, I was extremely happy with that stretch of at least 10 packs a day. If I were to download all of my content off of Discord, which I could do. In fact, I have done it, but I've never really taken a good hard look at it. I do it maybe once a month, so that I do have an online archive of my Discord presence anyway. So I've already started keeping like an archive in Twitch. I've got an archive in YouTube, and now I have an archive of Discord that I try to update once a month. But I'd have to go back and dig through, and I don't have the time or the energy or even the inclination to go back and try to figure out when the very last day was that I did not get at least 10 packs. But I know it was months and months, because anybody that keeps up with me in the Discord, mostly the Diamond channel, which is where I've been living these past several months, I should say, I've got at least half of a calendar year in Diamond, okay? And I won't be moving again this week. I'll be not going back to gold. I'm not going up to perfect, but I will be in Diamond for what I believe. I got to think about this. I think it'll be the 34th time out of the last 36 seasons. 34 weeks. If you consider that half a year, half of a Gregorian calendar year is 26 weeks, that's what, 8 weeks more than half a year. Practically 8 months. If not 8 months, just a very, very little bit shy of 8 months is what 34 weeks amounts to. And only 2 other weeks in there had I been back to gold. The very, very first time I was in Diamond, it was very, very early. There were only, a Gregorian calendar. There you go. Oh, a Gregorian calendar. Hey, thank you there, Asheville Boomstick. I'd like to be able to claim credit for it. But there was a certain pope that got his name in there. Pope Gregory, I guess, is the one that came up with all that junk. But anyway, we're ready for our very first ad break. Enough talk about me and my streak. Why am I hearing Ray Stevens in my mind's ear right now? Forget that shot. That wasn't even a pertinent thought. But anyway, we're ready to take ad break number 1. So why don't we go ahead and do that, and we'll take a little bit more in-depth look at how the Flames spent their season that just ended just a little bit ago. So we'll catch up with you in a minute. Catch up with you in a minute once I get my tongue out of the way and we get the ads out of the way. Stay tuned for this word from our sponsors. Here we go. Okay, gang, we are back from the advertising break. So let's go ahead and jump in and see on a little bit more of an in-depth basis here what happened with my Flames. Because we had some impressive performances this season. One in particular that I've been talking about in Discord, and we may have mentioned it in previous streams, but there we go. There is Roman a Day Twitch's Scarborough Tigers that took 2 games off of me in the best of 3 wild card round and knocked my boys out in fairly handy fashion. They won game 2 by a score of 4-2, and game 1 they picked up in a 10-inning thriller in my ballpark of all places. All these games were taking place in my ballpark, and I lost a couple at home. Now, I don't have any cheesy park factors going on. My park is totally neutral this season. So I'm thinking of maybe keeping it the same for next season, but we'll see about that. I'm going to take a look at it tonight and see if there's anything to be gained from some of my gap power statistics that I'm playing in my lineup, or some pull hitting type of things, or that sort of thing. I'll be looking at different factors based on the makeup of the numbers on my cards that I've been playing, and we'll make some sort of an evaluation tonight as to what happens with my ballpark factors before tomorrow morning, because when we start simulating, I do believe when the league becomes a thing tomorrow morning, I've got until 10 o'clock Eastern time to get my park factors in there before the first sim comes in, and after that I can't touch them anymore. So I only have until I believe 10 or 10:30 tomorrow morning Eastern time to get my park factors changed, if I indeed am going to change them. So anyway, that's what we had. Oops. Okay, speaking of Sims, there's another one coming in on the postseason front. Doesn't affect me because my boys are knocked out. Okay, there we are. That Sim is in. Now, let's go take a look at some of our performances here. My pitching staff, some pretty good stuff to see here. Who's the star of this staff? You see, I've got batters faced limits on everybody, on my starting rotation. I've got pitch counts on everybody. The reason the Pud Galvin's is so high is because of his higher stamina. We allow him not to see any more batters. I still don't want him, regardless of his stamina, to see any more than 2 times through the entire opposing batting order. I don't want them to get to see him for their 3rd time through the batting order. That's when I change out pitchers. So anyway, the ERAs that you see here were pretty doggone nice for a starting rotation. But then again, they were usually well rested by the time it came their turn to pitch. They were usually pretty well rested, not with a whole lot of stamina to make up, or I should say fatigue to make up. So that means then that with these few decisions taking place here in the starting rotation, not that many decisions at all. Where did they fall? They fell right here. KB, he sat on that number for a while last night. He sat on 29 wins for like the last 5 games. I was hoping like heck that he would get that 30th win in. He never did get that 30th win in. In fact, he never even got another appearance in. He did not even, this is what, when I went to bed last night with 5 more sims to go, that would have been 1:30 a.m., 1 o'clock a.m., 12:30, 12 midnight. I went to bed at about 11:15. So I missed the last 5 sims, which it didn't change anything. He did not make another appearance. He did not get his 30th win. But it still did not stop him from this little piece of work right here, looking at the league statistics. If we ever get there. Come on, game. Here we are. Once we get to the league pitching statistics, and it's the whole league, because up here in the league scope here in the corner, it is combined. Those 29 wins were by 5 games the best in the entire freaking league. 29-4 is what my KB went. As the pitcher of record, that was the happy recipient of a whole bunch of nice starts handed to him on a silver platter by my ace starting rotation. That whenever they figured in a decision, those starters usually ended up taking a loss, because they would give up a bunch of runs early and then get replaced by somebody other than KB, or it maybe got replaced by KB and his pitches got used up before the pitcher of record became a thing and somebody else got the win or the loss. So, or if the batter gave up, or if the starter gave up enough runs, then they would have taken the L up front. So KB was left out of some decisions where he wasn't handed very much to begin with, which is still, not a bad thing. But he didn't blow too much in the way of saves or save opportunities. He had very few of those. Let's look at team statistics here, because let me see here real quick. Going back to here. And I got to think about what I'm looking for here. Bear with me a minute. He ended up getting an impressive number of appearances in. He got 97 appearances in. Let's take a look at his pitching stats, and I have to go to the game log to see game by game how he did. He did end the season with a nice winning streak. When's the last time he got a defeat? He's sitting on 29 here. The last defeat that he got to see was way down the line, like say right here. He had gotten to 3 losses, won a couple, got to 4 losses, then he won 14 in a row after that. Look at all the holds, all the saves in between there. He did manage to get a few. I think he also had a blown save or 2 in there. Let's see. Did he? Didn't he? I thought he did. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong season. But look at here. He started 8-0. 8-0 is how he started this past season just completed. Then he took a loss. then 4 more wins in a row, second loss, then 1 win, loss, then 2 wins, loss, and he did not lose again after that. So one hell of a season for KB. For being a build a lineup card, I think he has found his niche. All right, so let's take a look back here. If you look at all of the last 4 seasons, which comprise the time frame that I put him into this long relief role, benefiting from lower pitch counts and lower batters faced by the starting rotation. His first season in the long relief role with the pitch counts and batters faced limits set up for the starters, he went 26-3. 22-3 the following season, 23-4 the season after that. For some strange reason, he did not get the most pitching wins the year that he went 26-3, but he did with 23 wins, not this season just completed, but the season before that ended a week ago. So he had the most pitching wins that season, and then this season he turned around and got that award one more time. Good for 1,000 perfect points, like we say sometimes in the RNG business. You know, I wouldn't kick it out of bed. Well, I'll be glad to take those numbers any day. So yeah, he went a really nice 29-4. Now his ERA wasn't much to speak of at 4.75, but heck, to go 29-4 with an ERA like that, not too shabby. His WAR only ended up being 0.7, but that kind of goes with the territory, I do believe. I don't think he's ever had, ever since I've been using this card, ever since I got the build lineups, all their perfects done, which goes back a little ways. It goes back a little ways. We don't have a negative WAR season out of this Kevin Brown. But he's not the only build lineup card I am still using. He's one of the 2 that I still have. The other one that I'm using, where is he? Let's take a look in the lineups and you'll see Little Joe Morgan right here with his build lineup card, the perfect card, that is in a platoon with Nap Lajoie at second base. Let me sort this stuff by position, and then again, there we go. So Nap Lajoie and Joe Morgan have a nice little lefty-righty platoon going here that they handle pretty well, and I'm really pleased to see that. Pop Lloyd, a very early topper reward from the first set of Negro League missions. He's in there at shortstop, mostly because of his defense. His bat usually ain't that hot, but he did finish with a fine 284 average this season. So that card is still very playable in Diamond. A lot of people have stopped using him. I continue to use him, and he's been paying off for me ever since. Now, of course, the another Negro League topper card is the one from Negro League topper number 2, and that is the OP-OC. He's overpowered, and Oscar Charleston is a beast. Look at his stolen bases. He stole 96 bases for me this season. Almost a 4, in fact, better than a 4-to-1 ratio of steals over caught stealing attempts, okay? He did pretty well. 4 times that 21 would give me 84, which is 12 less than this. So it's like 4.5 times the caught stealing rate went into stolen bases, and I could not be any more pleased with that. Now, how did Hank Aaron do? He did 17 stolen bases with 18 home runs, so he did not quite make 2020. My RBI beast turned out to be Lou Gehrig. Look at here, 38 dingers and 122 ribbies. Scored 100 runs. He struck out a lot. He struck out 132 times. He grounded into 17 double plays, which was almost tied for the team lead. There were 2 other people that had more. Frank Robbie had 19, and there Hank Aaron had 18. But Lou Gehrig tied with Brooksy for 3rd place on grounding into double plays. But Take a look. Brooksy batted .304. And what did Gehrig do? He batted .315. Both those players had extremely fine seasons. And I could not... okay, what pitch count do I have on him in long relief? Okay, oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Hang on just a second. I think that Kevin Brown has a slightly longer pitch count because he's in long relief. I have him set up with a higher pitch count. And I think I've got to go here to see that. See, I've got him set up for 12 batters faced and 65 pitches. Because he's long relief, I allow him to see 12 batters. I allow him to see 12. And that's long enough for long relief because I have to be able to hand the ball off sometime to my middle relievers and or my late relievers. So I set him up for only 12 batters and 65 on his pitch count. Now his stamina, or I should say his fatigue rate, hasn't really been that bad. Because even with the 95 stamina, I considered putting him at 80 pitches and 15 batters until I saw that stamina number of his at 95. And I thought, no, I better cut that back a notch. Instead of 80 pitches, I made him 65 pitches, and instead of 15 batters, I made him 12. And those numbers seem to be working out very, very nicely for me, considering, the positive results I've gotten out of this guy. 20 plus wins, with 22 being the low bar from those 4 seasons that he's been in this role of long relief, inheriting good stuff from a starting rotation that is doing a pretty damn good job, I'd say, if I do say so myself. My starters this year did one hell of a good job. How did they look on the statistical front? The starters' ERA was 3rd in the entire conference, so they did a nice job. Bullpen ERA, 7th. So they didn't do too badly. They were basically in the middle of the 15-team conference pack. So can't really complain any way I look at it. Batting average, 3rd. We were 7th in defensive efficiency, 8th in zone rating. The only thing we didn't really do too well, I think, was our error rate. We were way down there. We didn't hit as many dingers as we normally would hit. But we were 2nd in stolen bases, mostly because of Oscar Charleston's 98 steals that he managed to pick up. And that was my high point as far as statistics went, all the way over every statistic that's represented in this home screen, I should say. That 2nd place in stolen bases was as high as any of my placements got. I did get some 3rds, like right here, the batting average for my offense and the ERA allowed by my pitching. They were 3rd, and that was about as high as it got. Now, I was 4th in FIP, 4th in pitching WAR, and that was about it. 5th in OPS, offensive OPS. So this was really a nice season for the Flames. So I really, really was proud of the effort, given how they've done the last few seasons. They've gotten close to getting relegated a time or two here fairly recently. So we've been able to stick around and survive in Diamond. How long have we survived in Diamond? Let's take a look-see. Look at the team's managerial record over time. Okay, take a look down here at the bottom. Okay, this is the season just completed, and it will say made playoffs by the time we are done with everything today. It'll say made playoffs over here to the right, and we'll see. Let me go back all the way back to the first time I went into Diamond. First time I went into Diamond was in the season 2025. The season we just completed was 2059. That is 35 seasons. 35 seasons after I had my last season in gold before I first hit Diamond. Okay, now let me go back and take a look at that record again. I gotta go through the side door to go back to it. Okay, so 35 seasons between 2024, which was my last non-diamond season, and my most recently completed season at 2059. That's 35 weeks, 35 seasons of baseball, of which only 2 of those 35 were spent back in gold. There's my most recent time, which was what, 9 seasons ago, or what? No, 10 seasons ago. I was in gold. Okay, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 seasons ago, I was in gold. That's the last time I've been there. But after that, look how far back we go with that consecutive diamond run. And there's my first diamond run. I wasn't too ashamed of getting relegated after this season right here in diamond, because this was when there were only 10, count them, 10 diamond leagues. Diamond was overloaded with OP teams that were itching and champing at the bit to play perfect league baseball, but there wasn't enough input or enough teams to win on a diamond level to promote them to perfect league. If they'd promoted anybody from this first season I was in diamond, they would have had 10 in that league. They would have had 10 teams in perfect league because there were only 10 diamond leagues when I got relegated the first time. But after I got back, I stayed with it. I stayed with it for quite a number of years. Okay, so we were pleased, and we still are pleased to have spent as much time as we have in diamond already. Tomorrow will be week 36 of diamond existence, of which 2 of those 36 weeks were spent back in gold. So 34 out of 36 weeks in diamond, I kind of get the feeling I'm comfortable and with that position, and I kind of sort of in the back of my mind believe I should be in diamond. Okay, Kevin Brown. Okay, okay. Oh, you want to see Brown also there roaming today, Twitch? Okay, or you know, you wanted to see Vita Blue. Okay, let's jump back and see what Vita Blue was set for. Okay, let's see here. Pitching staff. Okay, Vita Blue. He started out in the rotation, and I moved him down. When I moved him down, I had to adjust his pitch counts. Okay. Game strategy. He's set right now for 30 pitches and 6 batters faced. That's pretty much the story for all of my relief corps, except for the very, very latest relievers, and they have pitch limits somewhere closer resembling 20 or 2 dozen or so, and no more than 6 batters. I make that 6 batters faced a pretty hard and fast limit, regardless of stamina. I use that 6 batters faced limit on my relievers. Okay, except for long relief, we saw where Kevin Brown is allowed 12 batters to be faced, and he has a 60 pitch limit. So yeah, so everybody's got a pitch limit. I've got the aggressive tiredness hook set for every single pitcher on my staff. So they have performed fairly nicely for me, and I don't see any reason to change for next season. How did my lineups do? We started looking at them. Okay, let's look at, oh, wait a minute. What happened to my, there we go. Okay, it came back. That's my last drop, by the way. But my best offensive performance went to Nap Lajoie at 319, followed by Iron Horse Lou Gehrig at 315, Jolton Joe at 311, Brooksy at 304, Little Joe at 303, Luke Appling at 303. Then we had a gap of 19 points down to the next batter, and that was Pop Lloyd in terms of batting average order. Then Paul Molitor. After that, you can pretty much see the way all the way down the line. KK, my King Kelly, came in dead last at 233. and this is regardless of righty-lefty splits. I'm showing the overall here. There are no splits to be accounted for here. So anyway, I was fairly pleased with how things worked out. Now, going back to take a look at the pitching, there's one other thing that I changed, and that was the fact, okay, now hang on a second. I need to swap Mo Rivera and Eck one more time, because I had them swapped last night before the end of the season, because Rivera's his ERA was lower than X. But now with those last 5 sims of the season, which I missed, they've pretty much swapped. So we're going to move Eck back into the stop role. I know, yes, the season's over, but I want to get set up for next season. Then we'll move Eck back into a setup role and set him up for 7th inning or later. Okay. There's 6th inning or later out of Lee Smith, 7th inning or later out of Eck, and then, wait a minute. Rivera should be set up 7th or later. Didn't I do this once? Stopper, okay. Stopper, and we'll say 8th in close game. Now let me go hit the lineup tab, then I'll come back to the pitching tab. That's what I'm looking for. My 3 nasty boys here in the bullpen, they're set up in ERA order so that the lowest ERA appears last. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. You're saying that he's my 3rd BAL I'm using? Oh, Vita Blue. That's right. I forgot Vita Blue was BAL. Duh. Okay, I get it now, Roman a Day. Thank you for bringing that to the old fart's attention. I'd forgotten that entirely, that Vita Blue was a BAL. Yep, he's a build a lineup. You bet. Him, KB, and Little Joe Morgan. They're still playing in Diamond and still doing well in Diamond. My last 3 holdouts, but they are there. Okay. Yep. I get you now. I should have taken another look at Blue and figured out, oh, he's built a lineup too. How did I ever forget that? It's hell getting old. Hey, oh, and speaking of getting old, I have started picking up another game which is liable to turn into my next non-OOTP jam. I've started getting into StarCraft 2, which is available on the battle.net, battle.net gaming platform. It's available for free, and it's an incredibly complex game, but I have found some tutorial videos that are going to help me excel, at least so I hope. It is set up to teach me a routine to get into in that game, because once you get started in StarCraft 2, you are continually making moves, and not so much fast shooting reflexes. The people that you set up, it's getting the people created and getting them set up. Let them do the shooting. Build up some ammunition and make sure you got good military equipment. Yes, in that regard, it's kind of like Civilization 6 or maybe some other like-minded games. I'm building my own little colony, so to speak, that can either be one of 3 different races. There are 3 different solo campaigns that you can do, and you can also play the game in co-op mode with teammates. But for me to learn the game, I want to go through the 3 campaigns in solo mode. One campaign has me as a semi-human called a Terran, Terran. Another one has me set up as an insect-like creature that has larvae and everything, called a Zerg. And then there is a 3rd race called Protoss, Protoss. Okay? Those 3 races, when you play a solo campaign as one of those 3 races, you're playing against the other 2 races. Now, you can play against actual players, or you can play against artificial intelligence, which is the computer itself. So to begin with, I want to, number one, take advantage of the campaigns, the solo campaigns, but learning from the tutorial videos. I need to be able to set up my parameters for creating the most soldiers, for creating the most workers, creating the most factories, creating the most of this, the most of that, as fast as I can. And then making sure that I keep refreshing everything as I go. That's basically what the routine is. It sets up priorities for you. They say, okay, go for this first, go for this second, go for this third. And once you get into the routine of those three things in the order of priority, and just keep plugging away at them until you're blue in the face, until you reach the limits of how far you can go. I mean, like, I'm going to have a lot of fun with that game, I have a feeling. But StarCraft 2, it should be available for free on the battle.net gaming platform, okay? So anyway, enough plugging the other game. Let's get back to OOTP stuff after we go visit our sponsors one more time for ad break number 2. Here we go. Stay tuned, please. Okay. Haha. I'm not okay. D. Goist, I see your question there. I'm not too familiar with City Skylines. Even though I think I own the game, I have not played it yet. But StarCraft 2 and Michia Pet backs me up on this. He says it is an excellent game. Okay? Okay? Ha ha! Ha! There you go. Roman today, Twitch. Yep, it's okay. I'm an old fart too. But you don't spell it the same way I do. I spell my old fart like this. Let me put it in chat so you can see how I spell it. Oops, hang on a second here. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, there we go. Okay. I spell it like this, giving it a little bit of an old English twist. I spell it like that. Okay, so anyway, if I'm going to go old, I might as well go all the way old and try to get into some old English. About the only thing missing is the old English fart. A font, I should say, not fart. See there? It's hell getting old. Well, anyway, I'm only slightly older, okay? This explains the old English. There you go, Roman a day. Yes, Cerebes. That pretty much is it. But yeah, D. Goist, I'm not too familiar with City Skylines, even though I do have it somewhere in my gaming collection. I'd have to look and see if it's part of the free stuff that I get from the Epic Game Store on a weekly basis. And that's another plug right there. If you guys did not know this already, the Epic Game Store, the people that give you Fortnite for free, that if you are a user of their Epic Games Store, once a week on Thursday mornings, 11 o'clock Eastern Time, they put out at least one free game every week. Sometimes 2, sometimes 3 games for free. And sometimes they're El Primo games, okay? I picked up, I'm trying to think, the biggest value that I got here lately. It was like a $50 or $60 game. I'd have to go back and take a look. But anyway, sometimes you will get a really, really nice game in there, but you can depend on at least one every week, Thursday morning at 11 o'clock Eastern Time, just by picking stuff up from their store. I can't tell you how many games I've gotten for free off of the Epic Game Store. Another place that I get free games is off of Twitch, of all the craziness. If you have Amazon Prime and you have a Twitch membership like you are right now using Twitch, not only do you get a free subscription that you can pass off to a streamer, he said with a grin, that you can pass off for free once a month. You can give a streamer a free subscription that doesn't cost you a cent, and the streamer gets every bit of the benefit. So that's one of the benefits that you get. But if you ever see inside of Twitch, over to the left, okay, we're talking about up in the top right of the Twitch screen. Okay, I'm looking at my Twitch screen right now. Over to the left of that, you see where there's a box up there that says Get Bits. Go 3 spots to the left of that and you see Prime Loot. Once a month, well, really on practically a daily basis, they give you free downloadable content to enhance games that you may already have. Like if you have League of Legends, you can get some free skins and that sort of thing out of free little cosmetic boosts, not necessarily game boosts, but cosmetic boosts. You don't ever get a game boost except from your own performance in League of Legends. But you can get new skins, and not just for League of Legends. You can get them for a variety of games. They give away free skins, maybe free weapons, this sort of thing. And that way you can try to enhance your other games. So you get all kinds of free content, plus once a month you get a boatload of free games in Prime Gaming that you can redeem. You redeem them inside of Prime Gaming, which is part of the Twitch platform. But in order to take advantage of the Prime Gaming freebies, you need to have the Amazon Games app on your PC. If you have the Amazon Games app on your PC, then you have a nice interface to be able to play the games that you redeem here in Twitch. And sometimes the games you redeem here in Twitch are available on other gaming platforms. I've gotten games from a place called GOG.com. That's a gaming platform just like Battle.net is. GOG.com. Sometimes they have freebies on Twitch Prime's once a month giveaway. Every so often you'll find some other goodies in there that link you up to other platforms. So it's a really, really lucrative way if you're into free games like I am and collect them by the gazillions. Then you're always going to run into some duds, but you occasionally run into some really, really good ones. And right now, StarCraft 2 for me, really, really good one. Okay? Alrighty. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I really don't know about City Skylines. Alright, so anyway, we are ready to go take a look at my theme team, number 2. Once I get another Ace of Bronze spammed up, the game is trying to crap out on me again and not give me any packs. Okay, so let's get out of here. I need to get into another tournament, at least one more, maybe 2 more, we'll see. I've got 2 more tournaments I need to spam, so 37 looks like it's been running for a while. Let's see here. Ace of Bronze, 53. Okay. Let me take a look at that 37 tournament because there's a gap of 16 between the 53 I just entered and the 37 that started up some time ago. I want to see if I'm in packs yet. I would be absolutely ecstatic to be in some packs today because all I got in tournament action yesterday was a lousy 3 packs from a semifinal loss and only one of them, and I'm not even in a quarterfinal yet, but I am leading 3-2. So we'll come back and maybe see that in a bit. Let's jump out of here. I can't spam anything else because I've got other stuff to fill up here in the second tournament. So let's get out of here and go see what is cooking with my theme team. Because we do have some news to report here. Happy Sunday to Cheese Truck. Good to see you there, buddy. Very good to see you. Okay, now this team plays Ace of Irons, so I've got to spam one of those. I'll fill up on the other two. Oops, I just saw something. From the last time I reset OOTP, I forgot to reset this back to 30 seconds. Okay, there we go. All right, now let's take a look at the theme team and see how they ended their season. So we've got good news and we've got bad news. The bad news is how these guys ended up. Good news is what I've done since then. They did finish on a high note with a win, but take a look. They finished the season 10 games under 500, last place in their division. They did not get relegated. They ended up here 4 games above the drop zone. So 10 games under 500, 4 games above relegation. They will be back in bronze next season, along with the rest of the theme teams that are able to fit into a league with me. Because I can only friend 30 of them at a time, and I think EVC and NYC, who is the theme team guru, I might add, not only being an affiliate streamer that gives you Twitch drops when you go watch his streams, if you haven't already exhausted your eligibility, but anyway, he puts together everything for the theme team community, which is what TTC stands for. So this team of mine, which is the Cincinnati area My Redders, okay, and you see the capital R-E-D and S in there. So they are mostly a Reds theme team, but they are also based around the Cincinnati metro area, which includes the county of Hamilton, which is where Cincinnati is located, 3 other Ohio counties. We've got 1 county in southeast Indiana and 3 counties in northern Kentucky that comprise the metro area. If you were born or raised in any of those 8 counties, you can qualify for the team, for my theme team here. Even if you never wore a Reds uniform, you still qualify. And in fact, my most recent addition that I got for my theme team never wore a Reds uniform, but he grew up in the area. Not only that, he went to high school a couple of good golf shots away from my backyard. If I tee it up and hit me a couple of 280-yard drives, by the way the crow flies, I would just about hit their athletic fields at St. Xavier High School. Okay? St. Xavier High School was the high school alma mater, and its sister institution at the collegiate level is Xavier University, all run by the Brotherhood of Jesuits. The Society of Jesus is the name of the order that runs St. Xavier High School and Xavier University here in the Cincinnati area. And St. Xavier High School is only, like I said, a couple of good golf shots away from me in my backyard. But anyway, that player that I'm talking about, that I just added to my team, who is he? This guy right here. Jim Bunning. Went to Xavier University, played his high school ball at St. Xavier, and grew up in Southgate, Kentucky. And that was the town that he resided in all the way up until his passing several years ago. But Jim Bunning, having worn only, to the best of my knowledge, a Phillies uniform, or maybe I could be off in there. Let's see, real life stats. Where did he play? Oh, no, I'm sorry. He played for Detroit before he went to Philadelphia. He was a Dodger for a season and also a Pirate for a season. Or part of a season anyway. 1969 was split between the Dodgers and the Pirates. And then he came back in 70 and became a Philly again, and he retired as a Philly. That's his real life stats. But he started out as a Detroit Tiger. But since he grew up in the area, played his high school ball and his college ball here in the area, he qualifies for my theme team. And that's how and why I picked up Mr. James Bunning, who later, after he retired from baseball, became a United States Senator representing the great state of Kentucky. Okay, he a member of the Republican Party, which is the predominant party in Kentucky, and he represented the state pretty well. I was pretty proud of the way that Jim Bunning did his job for the people of Kentucky. He didn't do too badly. So anyway, he's on my theme team, and he has yet to pitch a game for me because I only picked him up after the season was over last night. Okay, so anyway, he never got a chance to pitch for me. But anyway, here's what we got for him. You see no stats because he wasn't really on the team yet. But take a look at those numbers. The 105 stuff, the 94 movement, the 103 control, that's a lot of blue up there. Okay, and his slider is by far his best pitch. So anyway, Jim Bunning was the card that I picked up last night. That was one of 4 perfect cards that I'm shooting for to be on this theme team. Okay, what are the other 3? I want to get my mitts on Ted Kluszewski, his Plat 4 perfect. I want to get him. I want to also get myself a Waite Hoyt perfect card, which is out there. He also has a diamond card, but I'm not going to take the diamond card. I'm shooting for his perfect Plat. I don't think it's a Plat 4 either. I think it's a Cooperstown Club mission, if I remember right. Let me see here. We can tell you for sure what it is. If I go to the card shop and look for Mr. Waite Hoyt, okay? There we go. There's his 100 card, and it is... Oh, it's a tournament reward. It's one that you need to complete some of CC5. So yeah, this Waite Hoyt is a tournament reward. Look at the value on him. I was almost able to pick him up, but Jim Bunning was going for a much better price. I was able to get, let's put it this way. This owner here wants $15,000 more than L10 for his Waite Hoyt card. I paid about $10K under L10 for my Jim Bunning. And it was a considerably cheaper card than the perfect Waite Hoyt. Okay, so I've got that. Now if I take a look for Big Clue, there's Big Clue. His L10, 161K. Yikes. It's going to be a while before I can afford him. But he is a Plat. So if I don't draw him out of a pack, if I don't get him out of a pack as a Plat 4, I'm going to have to turn around and buy him. But Big Clue is another card that I'm shooting for. Another card I want to see besides Big Clue is that perfect Votto card. Okay? And there he is right there. His perfect card. He is part of the Milestones set. That Milestones card is a target for me. Right now I'm playing his Diamond card. So I've got Big Clue I'm going for. I've got Votto I'm going for. I've got Waite Hoyt that I'm going for. I just picked up Jim Bunning. Those were the 4 perfects that I was shooting to get. I ended up sending Jim Maloney with his meekly little silver card. I sent him down to sit on the bench and put Jim Bunning in the lineup and moved another pitcher down into the relief corps where Jim Maloney with his 70-some overall rating was residing at the time. So I that's one less silver that I have now. The only silver I have left on this theme team belongs to Leo, nicknamed Chico Cardenas, who was a shortstop when I was but a 12-year-old. When this card played, this 79 card played in 1965, I was 12 years old that year. So I remember him playing when I was just a young dude, okay? But I was within about an inch or two of my present full adult height. So I was one of those early sprouters. When I played on the 8th grade basketball team, and we won the county championship, by the way. This is in the county that includes Marietta, Ohio, okay, over in the southeast end of the state, because I grew up in that county. But we went undefeated and won the county championship for the first time in the school's history. They had won other championships at higher grade levels, but had never won a junior high championship until my 8th grade year. I was the first string center at 5'8" when I was not quite 14 years old. I turned 14 in that 8th grade year, but I turned 14 after the basketball season was over. So I was only 13 and was already 5'8", and even then I had a little bit of a weight thing going for me. I was going about 220 back then, okay, 220 pounds, but I had a little bit more youthful muscle to my physique. But anyway, that's the only silver card I've got left on my theme team. Who else am I playing? I've got Sandy Koufax, who, whether you know it or not, pitched baseball at the University of Cincinnati. So he qualifies. And let's see, anybody else on here that doesn't have an area connection? Randy Myers, of course, was a Red back in the Nasty Boys days. Oh, that's right. Jose Rijo also has a perfect card that I can be going for. His was a tournament reward that I only became aware of not too long ago. So there is another card, another perfect card that I would like to go for. So there's him. Now let me bring in this sim, and I might have to get back to my roster here so you can see some other people on my roster that maybe have what you might consider a tenuous connection to the Reds. Now, Asdrubal Cabrera spent most of his good years with the Cleveland team, and he was a Red very, very briefly in 2022. So he gets to play. Right now, he's one of my shortstop backups, along with Chico Cardenas and Davey C., who was the shortstop, of course, from way back in the Big Red Machine days, the BRM days. Bobby Tolan was a Red for a brief time. In fact, this is a Cincinnati Red card that has Bobby Tolan on it as an 83 gold. I don't know if he's available in a higher incarnation than 83, but he's in there. But most of these players have been wearing a Reds uniform at some particular point in time. Bunning and Koufax, very, very notable exceptions that neither one ever came close to wearing a Reds uniform to the best of my knowledge. In fact, I think Bunning, for that one part of a season when he was a Pirate, that was about as close as he ever became or came to becoming a Red, so to speak. He was in the same division, so to speak. But I've got the perfect JB already on my team. I've got the perfect build lineup, Little Joe Morgan. I've got the perfect Cooperstown Club, Ken Griffey Jr. I got him. And I've got the perfect Frank Robinson, also Cooperstown Club card. So I've got myself a nice little collection of perfects. I think it's, 8 altogether? Oh, no, it looks like 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 perfect cards now on my theme team. And I am less 1 silver card because I moved that Jim Maloney card all the way over to here. Now, what I want to do to try to raise myself some more revenue so I can afford to buy some more Reds cards is I want to take some of these cards in here that are unlocked and sell them off because I don't have a need for them on this theme team because they have no place. If we look at our collection, go all the way back to the home screen, then go to the collection, it'll tell me who is available and who is not. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I don't even have my dupes turned on. There we go. Okay, I can sell me some dupe quick sell irons. Let me go ahead and do that. Build up my treasury a little bit by 40 in that case. Now what about my bronzes? My bronzes? Ooh, okay, the dupes are set. 49, that will give me 1,225, I think. 1,225 perfect points. Yep, 1,225. The old guy still got it. Okay. And then my quick sell silvers, only a couple of those. That's only a couple of hundred perfect points. So there we go. That brings me up to 14 and a quarter. Now let me get back to missions and go in overall order. I don't show any of the high ones up here. I maybe need to get rid of my dupes. And let's see, take it all the way to the top. Now up here, I've got this Brandon Crawford card. I'm sorry, no, that's my Jim Bunning card I need to keep. Same thing with this guy. My Joe Morgan card, I need to keep him, okay? Now, so yeah, those are the only two cards that I have that are unlocked, that are perfects. Everybody else is locked, so I can't sell them. But I'm not going to touch these two because I'm using them. Now, George Foster, of course, I'm using him. John Miller, I could probably sell him. He could be lucrative for me because he's only worth about 80K on the sell order, but 54.5K on his L10. So I could sell that card for a pretty little piece of money. The Sandy Koufax card is locked, unfortunately, or I could sell that because I have his perfect card, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I have it. Yes, in fact, I know I do. But this Randy Myers card, I need him. I'm using him. Same thing with the Tony Perez card, using him. The Joey Votto card, yes, using him. So look at all those locked cards that could be otherwise worth a little bit of money. And there's Johnny Vandermeer. Of course, I'm using him too. So I've already sold off my lucrative diamond cards and perfect cards with the exception of this John Hiller card. And I could do something with him and raise some more revenue for my team, but I'll do that off stream today. So that's what the theme team is looking like. We're hoping to get some better results next season in bronze because I did manage to survive in bronze. So they will be back and playing in the bronze theme team league. There should be 2 such leagues. EVC and NYC2, the guru of the theme teams. Let's see, okay. Cubs fan 23 Steve, you think your team is getting ready to blow it in the playoffs? I hope not. I hope not. Let me go back and chat a little bit and see if I can catch up on this. I feel like I missed something. Okay. Oh, Roman today, Twitch says he set his guys to 25 pitches max. That explains why he had so many appearances. Okay, yeah. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. Roman today, Twitch says he may have knocked me out, but he did make it to the Diamond Finals. Good for you. Okay, yeah. Oh, but then look at it this way too, Roman today, Twitch. The team that you were facing was one of only 3 former Diamond champs that were in the entire other side of the table. There was one in each one of the 3 divisions over there in the National Conference. They all 3 won their divisions. There was 1 in each division. And there were only 3, so 3 divided by 3 comes up to 1. So 1 in each division. And I'll bet the team that you are playing against, and we'll find that out here in just a little bit. I'll bet the team that you're playing against was the 4-time winner over there, because they were about as stacked as any team in our league. I think, yeah, Roman today, Twitch is getting ready to play, but in any event, go all the way, buddy, and that way I can excuse, or better excuse, your having knocked me out in round 1. I was hoping that it would be me making it as far as you're going, but since I couldn't make it, I want you to make it. So anyway, see you there. Yep, Laptop Hound says, yes, he will help your team. I hope so. And 23 Steve says, okay, remember Bunning as a Tiger more than the Phillies. Okay, I remember him more for the Phillies because, see, then he was in the National League and I saw him as a Reds fan. I didn't see him as a Detroit Tiger so much because interleague play had not become a thing yet back in that day. Okay? Okay? So, Cubs fan 23 Steve, we're going to meet up in gold. Probably not their laptop hound because he's in a diamond final. I think, or no, maybe not. Okay, I'm getting him and Roman a day Twitch mixed up. Okay, Cubs fan 23 Steve thinks his team is going to blow it. Okay. Okay. Yep, yes it was 4 times. The 4-time diamond champs. Yes, there we go. That vindicates my vision there. So, good luck against those guys. Like I say, they are absolutely loaded to the teeth, but I've got faith in you. Yeah, because there was a 4-time champ over there, there was a 3-time champ over there, and the other one I think had 1 diamond once. So there was a 4 and a 3 and a 1 of the 3 former diamond champs that were in the other side of the table, and there you go. Alrighty, so yes, wishing you nothing but the best there, Roman, a day. So that way it makes me look better too. So I've got a little bit of a selfish motive there. It isn't entirely altruistic. I mean, like, do you know me to ever really be nice about something? I mean, come on now, give me a break. All right, let's go ahead and see what's cooking. Oh, it's about time for our second or third ad break. Why don't we go ahead and do that right now while we're thinking about it? And we'll get over to team number 3 and see how they're doing. Then maybe run us an historical challenge. And then we'll do our 25 standard pack giveaway and we will be done with the day. I don't have to be rushing to the kitchen because it's going to involve a little bit of follow-up work, but not a whole lot. It's the Sunday pork roast special again, topped off with as keto-friendly a mushroom soup as I could get my mitts on. That is topped with a condensed, unwatered down soup that I set on top of the pork roast, on top of a trivet in the slow cooker, and it's been at it ever since 1:30 p.m. this afternoon, and it should be perfection by about 5:15. And I'll take it out of there, take the trivet out of there, and let the roast sit a little bit. Then I'll take some xanthan gum, Xanthan gum, which is a natural emulsifier that is carbohydrate free and calorie free. It makes a much better keto alternative to cornstarch or white flour. So I can use xanthan gum as a great emulsifier to thicken up my gravy. Okay? And only a half teaspoon is all I need to make the drippings and the leftover soup debris, condensed soup debris in the bottom of the crock pot. Half a teaspoon of xanthan gum is all I need to make it into the best gravy you ever saw or tasted in your life. The texture is perfect. It comes out looking great, and it's going to be a really, really nice way to finish off that smaller pork roast that was only like I think like a pound total. So the wife and I are each going to get about a half pound of meat out of that roast, and we get it topped off with some really fine mushroom and pork gravy, I should add. But that's about all the work I've got to do. She's taking care of the other odds and ends of the meal, and I think I might be handling dessert today. Because I think what we're going to have for dessert is maybe I'll get 1/3 of a banana and she gets the other 2/3 of a banana, and we split the pieces up and coat them, slather them with a little bit of peanut butter. I don't use the non-natural peanut butter. She uses the Kroger peanut butter. It's regular peanut butter that's got maybe some other stuff in it besides just peanuts. The stuff I go for is nothing more than peanuts and salt, and that's it. It doesn't even have any like high fructose corn syrup or any of this or any of that. Okay, the teams that you have beat so far had both won diamond 3 times each, so there's always hope to beat a 4-time winner. I hope the heck you do. Okay, Cubs fan 23 Steve says he has Bunning on his 60s Stars theme team in gold, 4 seasons, 45 and 54, 4.65 ERA, and an ERA plus of 87. I think in bronze or silver, yeah, he should be good for me. At least I hope. I'm really hopeful for him. But thanks for that info. I appreciate that feedback about that Bunning card that I picked up. But I did want to get my mitts on him. And I forgot about the perfect Riho card. I need to get the perfect Riho, the perfect Votto, the perfect Ted Kluszewski, and the perfect Wade Hoyt. That's 4 cards now I still need to go for that are perfect cards right now. And I'm hoping to maybe get some more eligible perfects before the game cycle gives up the ghost and gives way to Perfect Team 24. So anyway, let's get out of here. We were ready for ad break number 3. I forgot to do it. Let's do it. Ad break number 3, right back in a minute after this word from our sponsors. Here we go. Okay, gang, we are back from advertising, and I am over on team number 3. I just got an Iron Best of 5 tournament going, so we are moving on that front. Yep, if I get those guys, I should be stacked. At least I hope so. Okay, so we are taking a look now at my Finneytown Wildcats. The only packs only team that I have left remaining in my coterie of teams. And they ended up with a 79-83 record, slightly under 500, but look at, they ended up so far out of the division lead. These Las Vegas Desert Foxes are set up more like a gold or diamond team here in bronze. So yeah, we got another sim coming in, so I won't be surprised to see them earn promotion up to silver. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, that sim is in. These guys have a decent little roster, at least so I think. We can basically look at the roster right here. Leon Day, who was a card that I drew. R.A. Dickey was a mission reward. Sid Fernandez, El Cid, is also a mission reward, as is Nolan Ryan, a mission reward. And Kurt Schilling, same story. Charles Bender, Chief Bender, same story. Red Faber, same story. Dave LaRoche, my most recent usable draw. A 98 Dave LaRoche, who does a fairly good job for me. And Mark Pryor was a mission reward. Armando Benitez, I drew him. So he was a draw from a long time ago, quite a long time ago. Zach Britton was a mission reward. Emmanuel Classe, he is a perfect live card that I'm using on this packs only team. Gabby Hartnett with the Cubbies, he's a mission reward. I got him. Johnny Roseborough, I drew him slightly before I drew the Dave LaRoche card. So Roseborough is the second most recent pickup that I've added to this particular team from my pack draws. Jimmy Fox, mission reward. Tony Perez, I drew him, thank goodness. I love Doggie's card. Fred Pfeffer was another draw that I picked up that plays a fine second base. Then I've got Nolan Arenado, mission reward. Davey C is yet another mission reward, and I have him backing up Pfeffer at second base. That's one thing that this Concepcion card does, is it backs up second base. It's capable of playing second. Okay, Joe Sewell, he is another mission reward. Hank Aaron is a live mission reward from finishing off the live missions. Okay, so I'm still got my Hank Aaron that I'm playing. Billy Willie was a draw from the Cubbies. I drew him. Willie Davis, another mission reward. Then there's Shoeless Joe Jackson, another mission reward. Stan Musial, drew him. So that was another lucky draw. And here, finishing up my team, is the one and only tournament edition that I have earned, and that is this 89 Chicken Wolf that plays more like a mid-diamond than he does a high gold. He is OP for an 89 card. Absolutely a great card to have, and I'm proud to be able to play him. But I won him from coming in the money, and rather high up in the money, in a Perfect Draft tournament way back before I quit playing Perfect Draft. I only got the one card out of all my efforts. I was trying to spam quick Perfect Drafts, just like I was spamming my best of 7 tournaments that I run, my Ace of Iron, Ace of Bronze. Okay, I was trying to spam them up, and it got so time consuming and so tiring that I decided, okay, let's forget about this tournament business. I got one good card from it. I'll be happy with that one good card, and I'll see what else I can get from Pack Luck. So that's where we stand. And we've been kind of stuck in bronze ever since as a result, getting passed by teams that are able to buy their cards, where this team doesn't buy cards, it buys packs with its cards. Or with its treasury, I should say. It buys packs with its treasury and the proceeds from selling cards that we don't need, okay? That's one thing that this team has going for it. But it had a decent season at 70, what was it, 79 and 83. Even though they ended with a loss, they could have been 80 and 82. Well, they could have been 162 and 0, and they could have been 0 and 162 as far as that could have business goes. But anyway, they are flashing the actual Finneytown High School colors of red and blue. I couldn't find a red and blue F in this color scheme, but I did find this W, which will fit every bit as well for right now. So that's what team number 3 was up to. Let's jump back to team number 1 and see what we can get going in the way of an historical challenge. We are not going to be ripping any packs today, because number 1, I don't have any packs to rip. I got to wait until Wednesday for my next pack rip, because right now the cupboard is pretty bare. The cupboard is very bare. I think I've only got 5 packs on this team. The number 2 team only had like a few on it, and the number 1 team had 8 on it by the time I left it. It should have had 8, because I started the day with the 3 that I had left over from yesterday's 8. I opened 5 yesterday and had 3 left that came in after my stream yesterday was over. Came from a semifinal loss that got me 3 packs, and those were the only tournament packs I got over the course of the entire day, and it broke my months-long string of daily acquisition habits of getting at least 10 packs a day. I did not get double digits yesterday. I only got to 8. So that string that went back several months, and I can't even tell you how long it actually did go, but I know it's been months since I last had a slack pack day like I had yesterday. Okay, let's get out of here and leave these guys alone. I'll maybe come back after the stream is over and start spamming some other tournaments, but I've got to go back to this particular screen because this is the first one that I need to go in the order of which I redeemed my midweek historical challenge pack. Okay, on Wednesday night, Thursday morning, that's when my midweek run of historical challenge packs is done. I try to hit every Sunday during this time frame, at least on the main team, my diamond team, the Flames. I try to get them on Sunday during the stream, and the other 2 teams I try to get them on Sunday night, so that I've got somewhere between Wednesday night and Thursday morning before I have the next chance, 72 hours, later to get my next chance at an historical challenge pack, because you can only claim one pack every 72 hours. So I try to set it up to keep myself consistent. I have a historical challenges on a set of historical challenges on Sunday, and another set Wednesday night, Thursday morning. Then the following Sunday, then the next Wednesday night, Thursday morning. Then it's just a vicious cycle that feeds and repeats itself. So anyway, let's go ahead and do the next historical challenge about right now and see what we got going. And of course, I always play as the 1927 Yankees, so I have my era chosen and my year chosen already. I don't need to touch anything else. Okay. Redemption Blues. One of my favorite tunes there on the pretzel music that I whipped up for the stream. Okay, just about ready to move on here. Okay, here we go. I hit the bottom of those two check boxes up there at the top, and it does the top one for me. I don't need anything else because I'm not interested in the minor leagues. I'm only interested in getting a pack out of this effort. And here's where we stop next. I give this a year, month, day 0129. Well, let me try 2023. 2023 01 he said 129. Okay, and the time right now is 4:28 p.m. and I will save the game once a virtual month. Alrighty, and I have my manager named Old Sparky Anderson. Sparky Anderson from the 1970s Big Red Machine, and also the I believe it was 84 Detroit Tigers. He won. He's the only manager to have won a World Series in both leagues. Okay, so anyway, this is his daddy. This is his daddy. Okay, so let's move on. That's my tribute to my favorite Reds manager, Mr. George Sparky Anderson. And I choose the Yankees because they pump out achievements like none other. Hey, Eleanor Frisbee, good day to you, sir. Good to see you. Okay. Yep. To go back to Cubs fan 23, Steve, yeah, I cannot wait to get my mitts on those four or five cards that I need. Okay, I configure the continue button, uncheck everything, and set this drop down to a week so that every time I hit the continue button, it gives me a week's worth of baseball all in one fell swoop. So let's go ahead and start simulating days, and it'll get me right up to opening day, and that's where it'll stop. Okay. But all things told, you can get yourself an historical challenge pack once every 72 hours, and it only takes you about 5 minutes or so if you really speed it up to get yourself a pack. And if by chance you happen not to get it the first time you try, you can always run it one more time. It's a rinse and repeat sort of thing until that pack shows up. Last week, I think, let's see, midweek, now if I go back of really a full week, here's opening day. Okay, we're ready to start. If I go back a full week, I don't think I had to stop then and redo a second time around on any of the 3 teams. But in midweek, I did have to repeat one twice before I finally got a pack. Look how quickly a week of baseball passes by. That's a week's baseball, and there is a week's worth of achievements. Let's go on to the next week. Another week of baseball, 2 more achievements. So there's the end of the first month. We're now in May. Oh, look at the achievements here, but I still don't have a pack yet. Yep, we're pumping out achievements, but we're not pumping out the pack yet. Should be coming just about any time, I do believe. Wow, got a bunch of them. Okay. Oh, I didn't like Smoker. I didn't like Jim Leland. No, Jim Leland was a good guy, I thought. I like Jim Leland. Jim Leland was a fine manager. Yep. Oh, I see. You were talking to Eleanor Frisbee. Okay. Yep. Okay. And Roman today, Twitch says that Sparky was his favorite Detroit manager. Yeah. You can see why. He was one hell of a manager. He could handle those fragile egos and the OP egos, I should say. I almost said eagles. But he could handle those egos pretty well. And there were plenty of them during that Big Red Machine era. Plenty of them. Between Pete Rose and Johnny Bench, those two had egos as big as all outdoors. Okay, nothing there. I'm seeing all kinds of achievements, but nothing's produced a pack yet. Let's see, we're into July already. Not too much longer left in this season. But still no pack yet. Twice in my midweek challenge pack session on my 3 teams, trying to get them their midweek packs, twice I had to wait until the postseason to finally get my packs. After the World Series was a said and done thing, then I had the postseason awards, and in 2 of those 3 teams, I had postseason awards that handed me my pack. And one of them was on my second trip through that particular team. So I thought I was going to have to play a third time until the pack finally showed up in the postseason of the second time I tried. But it doesn't take very long usually. Look at the lead that I have with the Athletics up on top of everything. Wait a minute. Okay, there's Babe Ruth's 400th home run. Still don't have a pack yet. Come on, game. There's my pack. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it is a standard pack. It's not a gold pack. Every now and then, if the RNG is feeling particularly generous, instead of a standard pack, you'll see a gold pack right here. So I am done with that pack business, and we're about ready to hit the postseason. Oh yeah, I'm going to win. I'm going to win easily, I do believe. Yep. Oh, yeah, look at that. Philadelphia is really flagging behind. Okay. One more week of baseball, and we are in a World Series. Okay, there we are. Winning streak of 16 to finish the season. Let's go. But I already have my pack. I don't care too much about this stuff. Let's get to the World Series and cut to the chase. And some people ask me, I think with our last stream when I did this a week ago, why I don't just go ahead and stop it after I get my pack. I've not really tried it in newer versions of the game, but in Perfect Team 21, I tried doing just that, leaving right after I earned the pack. And the next time I went back to try to get the next pack, it made me continue on with the season that I was last in. So I go ahead and keep on playing to completion as a force of habit ever since. They may have changed the requirements since then, but if they have changed it, it's not worth my time or my energy to try to figure out what is going on with them. Okay, we're done playing baseball. Let's fast forward to December 4th for all the postseason awards to have been voted upon, and they will get announced with this December 4th date. My final chance for achievements in this particular simulation of 1927. But it didn't take me long to get that pack. Okay, there we go. We got an MVP. Because of my mouse clicking genius, I got Manager of the Year, and Dutch Reuther got a great bat for a pitcher. So anyway, let's go ahead at this juncture and get out to the start screen, and that does that. So we are getting fairly close to the end of things today. Let me go ahead and spam another Ace of Bronze while I'm here. New follow? Brown Bag Mulligan, thank you so much for your follow on the channel. You, good sir or good madam, should be follower number 845 on my channel. Thank you so much for your follow. We appreciate you being here, as well as we follow everybody. So you only get one pack per attempt, and you're limited, Eleanor Frisbee, to one pack every 72 hours. But it only takes you between 5 and 10 minutes to earn that pack. Where on a Twitch stream, if you're watching it, you have to invest 15 minutes to get a drop. Okay? You get one pack every 72 hours for much less effort than you do from just sitting there for 15 minutes, okay? That's all you can get is one pack every 72 hours. That's why I split it up, okay? Hey, thank you there, Brown Bag Mulligan. I appreciate you being here, okay? I appreciate you being here a lot, okay? And I appreciate the kind words. Okay, I got an Ace of Bronze I need to spam, so let's get to that. Let's get ourselves out of here. And I'm thinking, okay, let's see. All right, I have the 5 Twitch drops from today, plus 3 of yesterday's packs left over. I'll pick up some more if DishNet's going to be doing the Perfect League World Series tonight. I'd start watching somewhere in the neighborhood of 6:30 to quarter till 7. Because the Perfect League World Series has been starting a little bit earlier than usual lately. I would start watching about 6:30 to 6:45 p.m. tonight to watch on the OOTP Developments official channel to catch DishNet 34 streaming the Perfect League World Series that is getting ready to culminate here before very, very long. So I've got my 3 tournaments spammed. I want to see what this 37 is doing because it's been running for a spell. It was running the last time we got in here to take a look. I want to see what my tournament is doing. I'm hoping I'm getting close to getting some packs. I'm 2 games away from earning some packs, the first ones of the day. Thank goodness for small favors. But if I can get through this quarterfinal round and make it to the semis, I'm assured of at least 3 packs. If I lose in the semifinal round, I get 3 packs when the tournament is over. If I make it to the finals, I get 5 packs if I win second place at the end of things. And if I am the winner at the end of things, I get 10 packs. When I look at the universe and look at myself here, I see some numbers that look very, very friendly to this old fart. On my diamond team that I'm on right now, my Flames, 236 tournament wins. Since I only play one format of tournament, I only play Ace of Bronze, and every time I win a tournament, that's 10 packs. Okay? 236 wins times 10 packs per win. 2,360 packs. 6 cards in each pack. That's about 14,000 individual cards that I've won from tournament wins alone. It doesn't count 5-pack second places. It doesn't count 3-pack semifinal losses. It doesn't count historical challenge packs. It does not count mission packs that you get from winning missions, or that is completing missions. Any other way of getting packs is not accounted for here. Even if I win a perfect draft or something like that, my rewards would be counted in that if it's indeed a pack of some type. But tournament wins, 236 of those times 10, 2,360 packs. About 14,000 cards. Those numbers speak for themselves, folks. So I like what I see out of my tournament team. Except yesterday they didn't do so well for me. First time in months that they had not gotten me at least double digits in packs. Okay, so we are ready, I think, to go jump over to this other screen. Bear with me a moment while I get there. I'm going to get there. Do I ever earn a diamond pack doing this, Eleanor Frisbee? No, I do not. The most you can earn is an occasional gold pack. Most of the time, I'd say about 90% of the time, you will see a standard pack. And the other 10% of the time, when the RNG is feeling particularly generous, they will throw a gold pack at you. And those are the only two denominations of packs that the historical challenge gives to you once every 72 hours. Okay, now I just dropped a piece out of my microphone stand, which is not really that critical because it kind of holds things in place, but it just sheer gravity basically holds it into place, so we're not too worried about things. Let's see, while we're here, let's go ahead and get this 25 standard pack giveaway ready to start up. Okay, I'm going to go over to a Stream Elements screen and I'm going to start setting up the giveaway. The giveaway, fairly simple. The rules of the game are as such. You can use one of two different commands to enter the giveaway. You can do !ticket or !enter. Either one will get you into the contest. Don't use both of them or the game will throw you out. Also, Stream Elements puts a little thing in the chat that says to put a number after the command. Don't do it. That will kick you out also. I wish I had the ability to edit that content, but I cannot edit it. So if you just do like what I'm advising you to do, !enter, then put the command in. !ticket, but don't do the ticket if you've already done the enter, or don't do the enter if you've already done the ticket. But !ticket or !enter, one or the other, not both. And that will get you into the giveaway, which we will draw after the giveaway has been active for a couple of minutes. Now, please be watching in the upper left-hand corner of the stream screen where you see those stars happening by up there. You're going to see the giveaway pop up just about now, and we'll let it run for a couple of minutes from whatever the starting time says, and we'll pick a winner at the end of that. Okay? !enter or !ticket. Here we go. Giveaway is now running. I'm going to let it run for 2 minutes and 25 seconds. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4 people in there. And you can see from the statistics in the corner of your screen, you can see how many people are in the giveaway. Okay, we have 11 people in there now. 12. The Pack Ripper, a name after my own heart. M. Fisher, Waddy Waddy Waddy. Okay, Al Keyhall. Master Nate, 22,000. Yep. The Balking Dead. Wonder who that guy is. Laptop Hound, as always. Twan LX 2000. Twan LX 2000 is a multiple winner on our giveaway. Uber Reese is also a multiple time winner. We have 20 entries and about 1 minute to go before we shut off the giveaway. Okay? So we have 73 people in chat. 73 people in chat right now. I'm not going to do an ad break. Heck with the ad break. We're done with ads for the day. We're almost done with streaming for the day. That'll give me a chance to get out to the kitchen and get to work on that pork roast that's in the slow cooker. Okay, we have about 30 seconds left. Port Dog is in there. Laertes 1 is in there. Cubs Fan 23 Steve is also a multiple time winner. I believe he's won 4 of these giveaways. 39 Cobra, good to see you in there. Okay, up to 24 entries. We have only about 15 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The giveaway is closed. The giveaway is closed. And the last person in was person number 25, who was M. Beacon. Now, we're ready to draw a winner. Somebody out of that 25 entries is going to walk home with 25 standard packs. Okay? Now, to give you some advance warning, after I draw a winner, I'm going to be sending you a Twitch Whisper. A Twitch Whisper is the Twitch equivalent of a private message. You will see at the bottom of your Twitch screen a purple bar with my name in it, the Gorgo 2005 in that purple bar. Or you can also see it in a little bubble just immediately to the left. In the top right of the Twitch screen, you'll see my picture, and you'll see a box that says Get Bits. Immediately to the left of that is a little bubble that should have a number on it, a purple number, and you hit that purple number and it will have the Twitch Whisper in it, or the instant message. So you can look either at the bottom of the screen or at the top right of the screen to get the Twitch Whisper, because I'm going to be asking you for the OOTP account login that you use for the account that you want the 25 standard packs to go to. Okay? It's really fitting. We have 25 entries in the giveaway, and we have 25 packs to give away. So let's get that drum roll cooking before we draw us a winner, and the winner is Port Dog. Port Dog, congratulations, buddy. You have just won 25 standard packs courtesy of Out of the Park Developments. Okay, congratulations to Port Dog. He has won 25 little standard packs. Hopefully something good inside those standard packs. Ha ha. Eleanor Frisbee says, pork dog. But Eleanor Frisbee won twice in a row. He won last week when our winner that we drew the first time refused to answer any prompts, and they were still in chat. Here's my suspicion on that user that we drew last week. It was just a casual Twitch person that may have come over and joined the stream and joined Twitch on a lark strictly from my Twitter post that I put up over there promoting my stream. He might have come in to the stream from Twitch because I'd never seen that user before, and when they won the drawing, they didn't answer me on the when I asked for an OOTP account name. I didn't get anything, so I re-rolled and drew a winner, and my winner was the same winner that I had the week before, which was Eleanor Frisbee. So he's a 2-time in a row winner, but he didn't get it this time. Port Dog is the proud winner this time. Okay, Port Dog, here's what we're going to do. I will send you a Twitch Whisper. I don't believe that you've won in the past. Okay, I'm going to send you a Twitch Whisper here. Okay, Heath DG in there. Okay, hang on a second. Hang on a second. There we go. Port dog. Okay, I'm going to send you a Twitch Whisper. I don't think we have a Twitch Whisper. Oh, wait a minute. You are a previous winner. Do you want your packs to go to the same team that you had before the last time you won? Okay. Okay, so do you want it to go to the same team, Port Dog? Do you want it to go to the... Okay, yes, you will get it going to the same team that we had before, and that is a verified account, so I don't even have to go look it up in Twitch or in OOTP. I know that that is a good account name because I have to verify all of these for my helpers, my helper team at Out of the Park Baseball that end up giving away the actual packs. All I do is pass them a manager account name, and they take care of the rest in the background. Okay, so thanks a lot, everybody, for coming in and spending time with the old fart today. We are going to first check and see if there's somebody else out there in OOTP land that may be streaming this game that we all love. Okay, let me look for a person streaming Out of the Park, and it looks like we have two candidates. Paul Sporer, who I rated perhaps most recently, that and Nersha Banco. Both of these fine affiliates will be able to give you drops, but I'm going to set up a raid for Nersha Banco because he's only got 13 viewers and Paul Sporer has 144. So I'm going to send everybody to Nersha Banco, so be ready for that stream to start. And what I'm going to do is get back to this other screen and get the raid set up. Okay, Sporer is on, but I'm going to go ahead and raid Nersh. Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. We're going to go raid Nersha Banco. And again, as always, thanks for spending time with the old fart today. Gorgo 2005, rounding third and heading for home. Have a great rest of the day, everybody, and we'll catch you later. Hopefully, let's see, this is going to be Wednesday's stream on, that would be February the 1st. We will be streaming at 3 p.m. Eastern time, same time as today's stream. So we hope to see everybody then. And in the meantime, have a great rest of the day and give Nersha Banco all of the Gorgo love that you can. Here we go. Be ready. Take care now, everybody. Bye-bye.